Welcome to the American Dream. Thierry Roche here, your host. You know, normally when we do these episodes, we talk to you about houses, about lifestyles, about areas most people would desire. We don't usually give you too much of the history, but this house and this area is so steeped in rich history. I need to tell you about this. I'm at 7601 Webster Lane. This house was built almost 100 years ago, 1930s, 1935 actually. So back at that time, this house was a farm. Matter of fact, this house controlled dozens, scores of acres around here. Then World War II happens. After that, the suburbanization of America happens. In other words, all these suburbs are built around the cities. People don't want to live in the cities. They want to live outside the cities and then drive in. So all the land sold off. We're literally sitting with a house built in the 1930s amongst all the rest of these houses built in the 70s, 80s, 90s. And there's a lot of richness and history of that, but something more important, we're in Fort Washington, Maryland. I mean, minutes from the National Harbor waterfront. What you don't realize is this house is built maybe, what was it, 85, 90 years ago? If you go 85, 90 years prior to that, you're in the Civil War. And what's really interesting is Fort Washington is named for Fort Washington, a literal fort that was built, and that was the only fort that protected the entire city of Washington, D.C., the entire capital. The War of 1812 happens. The British are sailing up the Potomac River to attack the capital. Fort Washington's there to protect it. It's an earthen berm fort. It doesn't last a day. The British, as you know, crushed it. Went on in and burned the Capitol, the White House, the city. Burned it. And not too much later, we had the Civil War. Now, the North is fighting the South. Civil rights, slavery, human rights, the economies. Oh my gosh, the South is going to sail up the Potomac River and do the same thing the British did, attack and take over D.C. and possibly win the war. They refortify Fort Washington in stone. They send multiple garrisons of Marines in. The South comes up, they're repelled. It stops dead right there. Now, on a lighter note, let me take you through the house. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house. That's a big house for a long time ago. It's over 1,800 square feet. Of course, it's been remodeled and renovated. The kitchen I'm standing in, you can see that. You go upstairs, there's been additions put on to the back of the house. The kitchen I'm in is an addition in the back. Above it, this entire room is a master bedroom above me, same size, extra bath added. So we literally have now 5 bedrooms, 3 baths in this house. Plus you've got an oversized lot for the neighborhood. Parents, in-laws, people who want autonomy, teenagers who kind of want to be off on their own. They've got their own little area. So as I promised you, now's the lifestyle section. You've got the history of Fort Washington, the area. Just down the road, you've got an area called National Harbor. I mean, 300 acres, mixed-use development, houses, play, dozens of restaurants right here, even more shops, hotels, the Gaylord Resort, 2,000 rooms, a 14-story atrium. It's so big, you've actually got buildings inside the atrium. Right over my shoulder, you're looking at the Potomac River, the tidal Potomac River, so close to the Chesapeake Bay that it rises and falls with the tide. Of course, you have the Capitol Wheel behind me, 180 feet tall. On this side, you've got the Woodrow Wilson Bridge. That's the gateway to Washington, D.C. on Potomac River. So you're literally in the tri-state area. National Harbor, oh boy, does it reflect patriotism. As you'll see, you've got statues of soldiers, presidents, all kinds of service people all over the place. This is Thierry Roche with the American Dream. I wanted to thank you for joining us for this episode of the Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia, and Maryland area, which is just steeped in history, the patriotism, and everything that is all about the pride of this country.